Here we go, here goes nothing. Cheers.
Work in a biodynamic. Yeah.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh. Not my walk! Get out! You're fired! Welcome to our casa. We're making one of our casa's absolute favorite pasta dishes. We like to make it during the week. We like to make it on the weekend. Paccheri alla tonno, which is paccheri with tuna. So this dish is something that Francesco actually grew up with. So this is his recipe that we're making today. And everybody that we've made it for, my parents, our friends, everybody has fallen in love with this classic Italian recipe, but it's also a recipe that you're not gonna find in Italian restaurants. This is like a true casa recipe. Also, this is a great midnight snack or more like 2 in the morning. The two main stars of our dish are the paccheri, which is a very high-end imported Italian paccheri, and our tuna. Make sure it's tuna in olive oil, and we are using 4 cans today, which seems like a lot, but we're making about 4 servings, 1 serving per can. We're going to add some chopped cherry tomatoes, some chopped Kalamata olives, a lot of parsley. This is Francesco's favorite herb to use, and he always uses such a bountiful. We're going to use just the zest of 1 lemon, as well as a bunch of chopped garlic. And of course, our controversial item are 4 tablespoons of butter. And you're also going to use a white wine, the same white wine that we're drinking today, the Gavi. About a half to 1 cup, depending on how much you're making. If you're throwing a dinner party and really want to amp up this dish, you can use fresh anchovies, you can add some anchovy paste, also some capers, and it really is just like a nice aggressive version. So 90% of this recipe is pretty much prep and chopping, which I'll bring in my sous chef later for that. But right now I want to introduce you to one of the newest members of our family, and who will be joining us today is our very own new wok. Okay, prep team assemble. So I'm going to be prepping the cherry tomatoes, which you're just going to cut in half, as well as the olives, which same thing, you're just going to cut in half. I have a very difficult job. While Francesco's in the back, he's going to be chopping the parsley, chopping the garlic, zesting the lemon. How are you doing back there?
Good.
Okay, let's get a chop in. So in this dish, the sauce is really reliant on all of the ingredients and all of the water these ingredients produce. So we love to have the water from the cherry tomatoes, that's great. Any leftover olive juice, don't discard that. We're also going to put that in the pasta too. So now all of our ingredients are chopped and ready to go, so let's start making our sauce. We're going to put about 1/4 cup of olive oil in our pan. The fire is at a really high heat at the moment. We're going to add our chopped garlic, which was about 9 cloves. Next, we're also going to add about half of the parsley that we chopped. This stage is really important because it's going to get this olive oil super aromatic with the garlic and parsley flavors. And we're also going to add at this stage 2 tablespoons of our butter. And don't be worried if your parsley is still wet from washing it. We want as much liquid as we can get. So the tuna, when we put the tuna in, think of it like a little sponge. All right, our next step is our cherry tomatoes. Straight in. Look at the olive oil, it's already starting to thicken a bit. Next up is our halved olives. Put that in there. This looks amazing. And I'm gonna add a little bit of some pepperoncino. Red pepper flakes for all us non-Italians out there. Just for a little bit of a kick. Now, the main attraction. You can chop down the tuna now when it's in the pan. When you're at that high boiling, sizzling heat, we're gonna make a little room in the middle of the pan. And this is where our friend, Mr. Vino, comes in. We're gonna pour that half cup of white wine right in the center. Keep it at that high heat so we can get that wine all cooked down. Also gonna use a little fresh pepper at this point. Always cracked. When we opened our packet of Pacari, we realized it's actually more of like a Canarone kind of shape. So it's a little bit tinier. Usually Pacari is thicker, but that's okay. We don't really care. So when we get our pasta water boiling, we're gonna add a good amount of salt to this pasta. Water, the reason is the pasta isn't going to be cooking in the water for that long, maybe only 3 minutes. It's gonna be 80% cooking into the sauce. Now we're gonna save a lot of pasta water for this. Once again, the tuna is a sponge. It needs all the liquid it can get. We're gonna just pour a little bit in at a time, just to make sure we keep that nice and saucy. You always want to keep that consistency, a nice wet texture. And if you need to take more pasta water and add it, you really have to feel this. Once again, quanto basta. Now, when you test your pasta, it's gonna be beyond al dente. You are gonna be like, I can never eat this. It's super, super hard and even maybe a little crunchy still. 80% gets cooked into the sauce. Doing the dirty work. So now we add our pasta straight in. And this is where we add our freshly grated lemon zest. We want to add that last to keep it super fresh. And of course, our 2 tablespoons remaining left of butter. All right. We're all done. Don't think we forgot about this leftover parsley. Oh yeah, all of this is going in.
Fresh. All right.
Beautiful. And here is our Pacari Canarone alla tonno. All right.
That's hot, right?
That wok was hot.
So of course the gabi's gone.
Of course, because we're the worst.
So prosecco.
Prosecco.
Very good job.